What's going on, boys? My name is Sid, and this is the starter car that I chose. This is the car that I got off the beginning of the game. It's the Mustang convertible. I went for it because the Z4 convertible, that was already in the crew too. The S2000, not convertible, but the regular one was already in the crew too. This time around, we got a swap out where the regular Mustang wasn't actually a starter car. Instead, it was this Mustang. The brand new, I think it's 2023, Mustang convertible. I'm so upset there isn't a hardtop version. Is the starter car that wasn't in the crew too. And it's the one that I went with. It's the one that I've gone with. I'm going to be using this one. But there's something else here as well, because turns out when I got this car, I also happened to check my vehicles and have a lot more cars. As you can see, I carried over, I don't know if I can get the full number, 548. I believe it was like 38 was how many I brought over from the crew too. 538 cars is what I brought. That's crazy thinking about that. I brought over 538 vehicles. Is insane. But I know that that's a bit of a controversial thing. So let me explain why. Let me explain what I did. Let me run through everything and let's talk about what's going on. But I mean, we gotta hop in a car that like there we go. These are the cars worth hopping in. Here we are. Yeah. So, as you can see, as I have a Bugatti Chiron already, I did transfer my cars. But before I talk about that, I will mention that use code SidWaj. If you're yet to pick up the game, make sure you use code SidWaj on Ubisoft Connect at checkout. It will not be no extra cost to you, but I do get a commission, so it supports the channel. And really quickly, it's the final day to enter the giveaway. The giveaway is in the giveaway video, but it's the final day to enter the giveaway. So if you want to win up to 4 different copies of the Crew Motorfest, make sure you enter the giveaway today. The day this video goes up. It is the last day to do so. Better be entering that giveaway. But yes, the cars that I transferred. There was a lot of cars in the crew too, clearly. And now all of those cars are here in the Crew Motorfest. And I have all those cars already. A lot of people wanted to actually have some progression in the game, and I don't blame them. Those people didn't end up transferring their cars. They left their cars in the crew too, left them behind. I, however, didn't do that. You can see with the cars I've got, I transferred them, and there's a couple things this helped with, but there's a couple things this also made worse. But let me explain exactly why I did. I'm a YouTuber. That's the main reason. I had to, right? Like, now I have all these cars, I can just focus on the new cars. I can just focus on the new Summit cars and stuff like that instead of worrying about all the old ones. I don't have to think for a second that I don't own a car. I don't have to worry about making videos on older cars. I just have every car already fully ready. And listen to these cars as well. The thing is though, part of it is because I'm a YouTuber. I feel like I would have done it anyway though, for a few main reasons. I really just enjoy cruising in this game. When I'm not working, when I'm not filming, when I'm not doing all of that, I will just be cruising in this game. Like, that's all I'll do. I'll run any car that I had in the game before. Specific cars I quite like are the Demon, the Challenger Demon. I like that thing. This specific McLaren, I love taking this up the volcano roads. That's the kind of stuff I like playing in this game. It's the kind of stuff I enjoy. Is playing stuff like the drift cars that I already have and not having to grind to get them yet. That's a big thing as well. I get to drive these cars I owned before. Because all these cars that I had before, sure, I had them in the crew too, but experiencing them in this game is just different. Like, every car in this game feels different, handles different. It's just it's not the same getting to drive these cars in. Whoa, 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 this thing feels like it would be nice on a racetrack. This thing is very responsive, very jolty. But it means I get to experience these cars that I really, really like properly again, right? Like, I don't have to worry about... Oh my god, stay in a straight line. Where is this waypoint sending me? What? What is it doing? What is it? Why is it... What are you on about? But in the Crew 2, a lot of these cars I quite like, but I just feel like you don't get to experience them the proper way. These cars in the Crew Motorfest, they feel more visceral. They feel more higher quality. A nicer feeling car. Very much enjoyed. When it's all the cars from the Crew 2, I find that cool. I find it cool that it's the cars from the Crew 2, the same ones, like the edition cars. But you get to experience them in much higher detail, better engine sounds, better handling, better driving, better first person. Everything about these cars is just so much more improved that I wanted to be able to experience them straight away rather than having to individually grind for each one. But there is going to be something else for that. Don't worry. Don't worry. But also, there's a couple other reasons I've got it, and that starts with the progression in the game. The long-term progression, which, yes, it does ruin a little bit, but stuff like this. This is how you need to progress to get stuff done in the main stage thing, right? In the main stage, you have to have cars to do that, because one of those things is do it in like a theme car. Do it in a American car, clearly is this one. Very pop culture is this one. So it's John Wick's Mustang, the Jurassic Park Jeep Wrangler, and which is that the Rally Raid one? Yeah, of course, you can use any spec, I forget. And the DeLorean, which is obvious. So it's that. It's the fact that I would need to buy these cars to get the progression done. I wouldn't be able to get that done at all if I didn't have this stuff already. And then I'd have to, like, I don't know what I'd do. And then I'd have to properly grind, like proper just money grind. Where's the content in money grinding, you know? Then if I'm just money grinding all the time, I'm not actually managing to get the stuff. It's a big part of what I do is to be able to instantly get stuff, make videos on it. And but for the average player as well, I would say, right? There's a lot of cool rewards. Like there's, well, this time around it's the Ivory Tower buggy in Street, which isn't crazy, but there is, yes, you can get a Ivory Tower buggy in Street for the Legend reward this time around. So that's when you get all three of the different types of the monthly thing done. The competitive in the middle, the theme thing on the left, and the exploration on the right, which I have not done any on the exploration. And then you get like the full leveling up. It's the thing that had the Rubicon edition Quira later on, 2 months in. Also, I'm not sure how I feel about this bit of progression. It feels like it goes a bit too slow. I wonder if there's any other way I can level this up, because I was already gotten to level like 3 in this progression, so I don't know how I got there, because I don't like having to play these events. It's nice that they're fully redone, right? It is really nice that they're fully redone with assets, basically. So the assets are fully swapped out. There's no donut media here anymore. It's just they swap it out for the balloons and the banners, which can be changed for every single update. They've definitely gone for efficiency there, because it's just a swap out, right? But it's still a fun thing they did, you know? It's nice to be able to see the pop culture. I imagine they'll have the moods as well on them. For ones that have moods, they'll have the specific atmospheres, like Summit events, but they're the base events instead of the Summit. You do need specific cars for stuff like this, like the ones that I'm using right now. Okay, stay. There we go. This was a nice turn. This is a nice race and a nice car. I will give it that. But it's not where needing cars ends, right? So yes, this one's a bit of a smaller thing. You know, you only need like, what, 2 cars? 3, 1, really. You just need 1 of those 3 cars. They're cheap cars as well. Sometimes they won't be. I can't imagine Italian's going to be very cheap. The Italian one coming up in the European month. Like, I can't imagine that's going to be cheap, but that's not the main place where I'm glad I've transported my cars. Here it's fine, right? It's nice, I guess. And again, like, can I just say, like, look at this. I'm still edging towards it. I don't know. How else can I do that one? I need to be able to bring up the splash screen again, because I don't actually remember. Oh, tutorial. I can do that. Okay, complete XP to, oh, this is for all of them. Revisit. Okay, so I think it's just revisiting events, but I didn't do it before, so why is it giving me it now? Looking for a simple way to revisit the timeline. Follow Kara. Yeah, Kara can help. Complete events and challenges to fill the revisit time. Oh, challenges as well? So where are those? This week's XP boost vehicle will automatically be selected if you own it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know, XP boost vehicle. It's a nice way they could have done it, I guess. Plus 25 XP. We've already got the competitive because I love the Grand Race and the Demo Royale. And this one, I'm nowhere near. This one I need to get done, I guess. Let me... Yep, there we go. Okay, no, yeah, who knows? I mean, that's just skills and stuff. So, then there's this thing, which, you know, the Ivory Tower buggy, which I imagine will be exclusive to this month, right? I mean, it's not competitive exclusive, it's progress exclusive, which is nice. But, you know, it will be exclusive to this month. Where is the other thing? So the other thing I'm really happy I transferred my cars for is the Summit. This Summit right here brought the Redliner kit, which you may have seen my video on the Redliner kit. Very, very sick vanity kit. It boosts all your turbos, all your exhausts, all your gearboxes on every car. And I love it. But the thing is, there's restrictions on these. So you can see DeLorean, Jeep Wrangler, Mustang, Boss. That's kind of fine. Here, Chevrolet, you got US. These are decently cheap, right? Especially because we're not seeing any hypercar races just yet. Monster races. Oh, okay, that should be fun. But, you know, that's not going to be the same case when we're up to further ahead. And there's every now and then a hypercar. Remember in the Summit before? When you had to own, like a Jesco for the Summit or something? Like, there's Summits sometimes that make you buy outrageously expensive vehicles, and that's annoying. You know, what are we in? Why are we up against an what is this? What is the theme here? I'm so confused. What am I? Oh my god, ow. Is this a bunch of I'm confused. Is it based on a specific movie, this event? Because it feels like these look all like henchmen cars. Is this a John Wick movie reference race? Is that what's going on here? That's kind of cool if it is. Because it feels like everyone's in blacked out outfits and motorcycles and the big SUVs that villains would drive, and then I'm in the Mustang Boss. Huh. So getting platinum is important, and having to focus on buying those cars is something that I'm glad I don't have to worry about, right? It's something I'm definitely glad that I don't have to worry about. Especially when I'd be buying them again, right? Like I own them in the last game as well. So there's also another massive reason why I transferred my cars. And that one revolves more around exclusive cars. Now, people are kind of... I don't know, to be fair, I feel like people are more upset. People are more upset about the mirrors than they are about this, to be fair, now that I think about it. But another massive reason why, obviously, I did end up transferring my vehicles is because Motorpass cars, those don't matter. Motorpass cars are all gonna come back eventually. They have been coming back, and they will continue to keep coming back. Those I don't care about. But Summit cars... those things, on the other hand, aren't gonna be coming back the same way that those other cars are. They're not gonna be... oh, it looks so nice as well. These cars are gonna be remaining exclusive to the Summit. So, they might get brought back in the Legend Reward, where the Rubicon, which was a Summit car, now in the Legend Reward thing. So, you know, that's gonna make it insanely unrare. But the thing is that I just don't... I need these cars. I can't imagine not having all the Summit cars that I have, you know? I'd lose them all. This thing, the Winter Agent, the Magma, Emerald, Devos, the amount of different, like, hypercar Summit cars, like the Long Range, the really cool ones in Street, like the Sakura, the Lucky Dragon. There's, is the Kaido, is that the Kaido, is that, Summit? Maybe. These are all cars that I want to still have, you know? And I know people are kind of maybe even upset that their Summit cars are still staying exclusive. I think it's quite nice when you consider that if you transfer your cars come over to the Crew Motorfest instantly. So if you don't own a car in the Crew 2, okay, ow. If you don't own a car in the Crew 2, that wasn't in Season 9, an older car, in the Crew 2, you buy it in the Crew 2, you now own that vehicle in the Crew Motorfest. You now have that car in the Crew Motorfest. And it goes the same with Summit cars. So, if a Summit car returns, a couple days from now, next week in fact, the Thunderwave edition, this thing comes back to the Crew 2 next week in the Summit. It's a returning Summit car because they've been bringing Summit cars back in the Crew 2 for ages now. That's what they've been doing. Every other Summit car, which they started doing one every 2 weeks instead, every other Summit car is a returning one from older Summits in order. I imagine once they're done doing proper updates, I imagine then they'll start doing just reruns. No new Summit cars, just returning Summit cars, which would make the most sense. So you could still go back into the Crew 2 and get a newer Summit car, but when I could have all of them straight, you can only do that if you transfer your cars, right? Instead, in the Crew Motorfest, you can just get them as they return regularly. So yeah, I wanted to actually have those Summit cars that I'm missing, you know? But I transferred my cars, but the question is, will you transfer, or have you transferred your cars? Why not? But I do understand why transferring my cars is a large negative as well. Because now I have nothing to progress, right? I don't have anything to do, you could say, right? Like, long term, I don't have much to grind to. I don't have a overarching progression, and that's where I can understand the general audience not transferring. That's where I absolutely understand. The big things you'll be at a disadvantage in is the PvP and the Summit and the monthly and money grinding, but you'll actually have something to do long term. And if that's what you want, 100% don't transfer, right? Give yourself all these 538 cars from the Crew 2 to still get. Give yourself all these cars that you still can look forward, can grind to, and then feel rewarded when you buy, you know? Have that for yourself. Absolutely. That's the big thing that it ruins. It's insanely good for immediate, like straight away, straight away fun dopamine hit and challenges and stuff, but it's instantly bad when you consider the long-term playability, which is why I have a second account where I don't own all of these cars, and I am definitely going to be playing on that second account a lot. That account is going to actually give me something to do once these first few months are over, because it's these first few months and then, you know, nothing. Oh god, I love this map. Oh my god, look at the game. It looks so good. God damn, it looks good. There's still stuff though, you know, there's the monthly, like I said, but then there's also the Hoonigan update 3 months in with the new playlist. There's 2 brand new cars every month as well, which I guess you get for free if you have the 1-year pass. Okay, yeah, look, it sounds like I'm making it worse for myself. Oh, and it's turning to nighttime, and that is where I will leave it. Thank you to popular members, especially thanks to famous members, as an insane thank you to star members, Extreme Speed, Grim Pepper, and Danimal the Manimal, and an insane top of the top thank you to Icon members, Extreme Speed, and HK. That's about it from me, boys. G'day.